Hello, beautiful soul. It's Kirstin at Kismet, and I hope the start of your week has been absolutely phenomenal. Thanks for joining me for this week's affirmation, and let's get started. So, this week's affirmation is I choose to be real, not perfect. Showing a beautiful iris, which is my favorite flower, and so I'm thrilled, as always, to talk a little bit about this week's affirmation. I choose to be real, not perfect. Whew, that's a big one. For many of us, we are constantly striving for perfection. And that drive for perfection is something that comes from deep inside of us. This need to prove to ourselves, or in most cases to others actually, that we are worthy of that promotion, that we are worthy of that love, and that we are worthy of that opportunity. So we push and push and push ourselves towards an ideal that we're never going to achieve. And this need to be perfect goes against our underlying depth of soul, actually, because what we truly need instead of perfection is self-acceptance. And when we accept in the moment that we are doing the best job we can, that we are leveraging the skills and the gifts that we have, there is no need for us to be perfect. And in many cases, people prefer real over perfection. If you've ever tried to connect with someone and they are putting forth this perception of perfection, we'll call it that, it's a mask. It's a mask of who they are. They're hiding behind this ideal and not showing you who they are at the core. And you can totally tell. You can totally tell when someone is not being authentic or genuine. And it's harder to connect to that person than it is to someone who is real, someone who has faults, someone who may have a bit of road rage, someone who may not be perfect. They may get frustrated, they may get sad, they may not be able to do the perfect cartwheel. I can't do the perfect I can't do any cartwheel, let's be honest. So perfection is unattainable, but self-acceptance and being real is within our reach. All we need to do is to honor who we are and to be in the moment. Because when we're in the moment, that's where self-acceptance occurs. That's when we can say, I am doing the best job I can with what I have. That is when we can make the deepest connection with others. That is when we can love and honor and find ourselves worthy of all the gifts that we have been given. So as you go throughout your week, think about that. As you're striving for perfection, why don't you take a little pivot and instead strive for real? So this is Kirstin with Kismet. If you have an opportunity, I would appreciate it if you shoot me a comment and tell me about this week and a moment where you kept it real instead of striving for perfection. In love and light, have a fabulous week. We'll see you next week.